I'm Chris with iPad in Canada, and today I've got a look at a new movie editing app released by Avid called Avid Studio. When it comes to video editing applications for the iPad, what I'll call the gold standard until now has been iMovie. It's easy to use, it has some nice features, and did a lot for $4.99. Well, Avid Studio also $4.99 in the App Store, and it also lets you edit movies. And after using it for a couple days, in my eyes, that's where the similarities end. So let's take a look at Avid Studio. So when you launch Avid Studio, this is the screen you're presented with. Over here you have the reel. That's where all your work is going to go, all the movies that you've been working on. There are some settings you can choose to change right off the bat. They include photo duration, title duration, transition duration, and such. But you can also change those once you're working on a project. So when you want to start something new, what you'll do is you'll hit this plus button, and this will bring up the Create New Project. This one we're going to do a quick video of my son. So we're just going to call it Devin. We'll hit OK. Now what this does is this brings it up. It shows you all your media. Over here you've got your videos. You've also got your photos. You've got your events. You've got your albums. You've got faces and such. You have your audio. There it includes your songs that you'll have on iTunes. You've got albums, playlists. You've got various effects that Avid includes with it. It's got some cool little effects that you can add. You've got transitions. There's only 2 transitions right now, but hopefully they'll be adding some more. You've got your montages where you can add pictures and such, and they can move around. And then over here you've got some different titles. You've got ones that move, and you've got just some standard ones that will just come in. But we'll show you those shortly in the video. So we're going to start working on the project right now. When you click on the videos, these are all the videos that you have in your photo album and your iTunes as well. So we'll just pick this one. Now there's a couple of ways you can edit your video. If they are just fairly short, what you can do is you can just go and click on it, drag it into your storyboard, and just add them back to back to back. But most of us have a little bit longer videos that perhaps we'd like to trim up a little bit. So what you can do is you can either drag it into the storyboard, then you can go to the end and you can drag this back, and that will edit the length of your video. Say you wanted it to start right here and end, say, right here. So that's trimmed up your clip a whole lot. But what I like to do is I like to take the video and just click it, and it'll show up on the right hand side there. Now this can give you a preview, you can play it. But what it also offers is it has these orange little tabs here. Now what that does is you can set your in point of the video, and if you go to the other side, now you're setting your end point. And once you're happy with your in and out points, you take the video, drag it into your storyboard, and there you go. You have a nicely edited little video. Okay, so we're happy with that. Now we want to add another clip. So let's go click on another portion of another video. We'll just scrub through it a little bit. We'll find a spot we like. Okay, now we grab the in point. We like it there. We go grab the out point. Let's find a good spot where he stops. He's hopping around there, and he'll stop, look down. Okay, so that's a good out point. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag that in right like that. So now, if you hit the rewind button, you can hit play, and now it's going to start playing the first clip, and it jumps to the next one. Now that's a pretty rough cut. It's not a very nice transition, so what we'll do is we'll add some transitions. There's only 2 to choose from right now. Hopefully they'll add more, but here we go. We'll grab the first transition, and we'll put it in between the 2 videos. So now what you can do, hit rewind once again, hit play. It's going to play through the very first clip, and it's going to do a nice fade into the second clip. All right, so we're happy with that. Now we've got another piece of video that we'd like to add. Let's go to the next one. This one's over a minute long, so obviously we don't want the whole thing. This one, I like the start of this one right there. Let's pick our end point. He's dancing around, stops, looks down at the guitar right there. Okay, so that's good. Again, we'll drag that into our storyboard. We're going to add a transition in between them. Click, grab, hit rewind, and let's preview this. So there's our first clip. We've got a nice smooth transition into the second one. He's hopping along with his Elmo guitar, and a nice transition into the third portion of the video as well. All right, So maybe right there you decided, nah, this video is kind of going on long. And now I should point out quickly here that there is audio. I have my audio turned down right now for copyright issues. I don't want this to get pulled off of YouTube or anything, but there is audio. You can see right in there is your audio track. Now, as well as there's 3 sections here. You can add 3 other sections of audio. Now, say you do want to add some audio, you just go click on the little note there. Now, that'll bring up all the songs you have on your iPad. As well, you can go to albums, playlists, and it also includes some effects. There are quite a few little effects that are included here with Avid Studio, so that's nice. So let's get back to the video. So right here, you've decided that, yeah, you know what, the video is kind of going long. I want to add a picture in there. So we'll go to albums. I've created this one. We've got one of Devin here. So what you can do is say that's the spot you want the picture to appear. We'll go up to the splice tool. We'll hit that. Yes, we want to edit the video. What that has done is it's split the 2 pieces apart there. So you've got a space. So you say you want this picture, you take it, you grab it, and you put it in between. Now, for the picture, you can do all sorts of different things. You can go pan and zoom. So this will be the start position. I like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in. So we'll go to the end position. You can pinch and zoom and move the picture around like so. I like that. We'll use that. So we'll click the button over there. And what that is doing is it's rendering it. Now this is something that's different from iMovie. There's no rendering or such, but in this one it does. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to that portion of the video, hit play. It's going to play along, and it's going to get to the photo portion, and it's going to jump right into there, and as you can see, it zooms in and then goes right back to the video. What you can also do is we'll go back to there. If you don't like that picture, say, nah, I'm not quite happy with that. You can also hit the trash can, and what that'll do is that'll delete that portion. Now, what you can also do with the photos is you can lay them over top of the video. So again, you find a spot that you like, that you want to add it. So we got to click into that portion of the video because this is where we're going to edit. We're going to hit the splice tool again. Yes, that's where we want to split it. And you know what? Over here, we just want a couple of seconds of it. We're going to hit the splice tool again. Now this section right here, we can overlay a picture. Again, we go grab a picture, and this time we lay it right on top of that section. Now what you can do here is it says replace, use the new length, replace, keep the length, or picture in picture. Let's do picture in picture. Now what this does is it makes it kind of small. Doesn't look all that great, but again, you can do some editing here. Double tap the picture here, and it brings up some properties. Now I want it to fill the entire screen there. I don't want any of those black bars. If it has volume, you can fade in, fade out. You can also fade in and fade out the audio within that. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring that down to the center, and we're simply going to pinch and zoom to fit it properly. Now, because of when I selected this, I picked the whole screen, the picture is not going to be the full picture. So if I go back, hit that, then of course you're seeing the whole picture. Now again, once you're done, you can hit the render button. It does these renderings fairly quick. I've noticed that once you add a lot of pictures, transitions, and such, it does slow down quite a bit. That is one of the concerns I have with the Avid Studio, is the rendering time. Once you add a lot of different media, it takes a lot of time. All right, so that's all done. Let's go back to that section of video. We'll hit play. He's dancing around, comes to a stop, and then it moves nicely into that picture. Now, as you can see, if I pause it, over here you still have your audio track. So what that's doing is it's keeping your audio track, it's just laid the picture over top of the video. Again, something you cannot do in iMovie, the app for the iPad, so that's really nice. Now say, nah, you know what, it's still kind of choppy there when it goes to that, so what do? We add a transition. You grab the transition, move it right into there, and say you want to transition again right out of it. So again, we'll hit the render button. As you can see, it's kind of slowed down a little bit even from when we first started. So again, if you're adding a lot of different transitions, if you're adding a lot of pictures into your movies and such, it does tend to slow down. So that's something you do need to be aware of. So let's go through our entire movie here. We had our first clip, a nice transition, he's hopping around. Go into our next transition. Still dancing around. Boy, he loves that guitar. Okay, we have a nice transition into the picture, and then it's going to fade right back into the video, right where we spliced it. Okay, so now, I want to get even a little more creative. Let's see here. He's going to be doing some dancing some more right here. Say, you want to add some text. Okay, so right here we've decided to add some text. We've split the portion of the video where we want the text to appear. We've gone through. You can see there's different motions. You can click on them, and over on the right-hand side, it'll give you a preview. You just hit play, what it does. I like this one over here. So what we do is we drag that, and you drag it right on top of the clip that you want. Now what you can do here is you've got this brown little box right here. If you double tap it, it brings up your title properties. From here you can edit the text. Let's just say, I love to dance. We'll hit done. You can change your font. There's all sorts of different ones. Let's just grab that. You can change the color of your text like that. Click on it, hit back. You can change the size from here. You can see on the screen that it's getting bigger. Now it's hard to see with this in front. So what you can do is you can also go back and you can, of course, pinch and zoom. You could tilt it. You could drag it down here. So let's say you're happy with that. Once again, you're going to hit the render button. And once again, because I do have a lot of pictures and transitions, and now I'm adding some text, this is taking a lot of time to do. This is one of my concerns with this, is it is fairly slow with the rendering. Once the iPad 3 comes out, I believe it'll probably be a lot quicker. We're going to have a lot more power, so this program will be even better. I have to say right now, I'm enjoying this a lot better than iMovie. I love iMovie because it's really simple. This one, there is a little bit of a learning curve, but once you figure it out, once you get playing with it, it's really cool, all the different things you can add. So I think Apple's going to need to step up the game a little bit with its iMovie, maybe add a few more features. Now I know that Apple tries to keep things simple for just your basic edits and everything. I think a lot of people still be fairly confident with using with iMovie. But if you want to get into a little bit more, you want to add a few more things, Avid Studio, a really, really good program. So as you can see, this is still rendering. It's taking some time, but it's almost done. Here we go. Couple more seconds. And there we go. So we're going to go back to this frame. We're going to hit the play button. It's going to come along, and here comes the text that we added in. So as you can see, it lasts right almost to the end of that clip. Now another portion to the Avid Studio here, you have your montages. Again, if you click on one, you can preview it in the right corner there. It'll show you what you do. So it has a 1 there, so that's 1 picture, and then the number 2 there, 2 pictures. So that's a 2-picture montage. So let's say we want to add something maybe to the start, maybe like a little title screen or something like that. So let's go through, let's see what we got here. We got all sorts of different montages, multi-layering. Let's see what this one does. This one uses 4 pictures. It appears to just be a static 4 pictures. Let's not use that. Maybe let's see what this one has some movement. Yes, this one does have a little bit of movement. So let's use that. So say we want to add a little title screen or something at the beginning to define our video. So we're going to grab that. Oops, click on it, hold it. We're going to Before we do that, let's move back to the start. So let's click it, grab it, We're going to add it to our timeline. And of course, there it is right at the beginning. So now what you'll want to do is you want to go into your photo section. Let's go back to albums. We'll go back to Devon, and we're going to choose some more pictures. So we want this one. We click it and we drag it right on top of that montage. Now it's going to ask us where we want to put that picture. So let's put that one as number 1. We'll go through here. Let's see. Let's use this one. We'll drag it right on top. We'll use that one as number 3. And let's say we want this one. We'll drag it right on top again, and we'll use that one in the number 2 position. So once you have that all done, again, we're going to hit the render button. This is going to take some time. Actually, it's moving quite quickly, so that's nice. Should point out again, $4.99 for this app. It is a steal. It does a lot. $5 for this type of editing on your iPad. I mean, really, the iPad is becoming so much more than a consumption device. You can do so much as far as video editing and all that, and this program just really highlights this. All right, so it's all done. We are at the start of our video. We're going to hit play and see what happens. So there you go. As you can see, that picture in the background's cut off. I didn't choose the best pictures for this demonstration. Now it's going to move right into the video. So now, you know what? I don't like that. I want some kind of transition there. I don't like it just to move right into that. So here we go again. We're going to hit play. It's going to show off these videos. Now, again, I should point out that, you know, if you think this is too long, you just edit it down right there. Now you've got a much quicker intro, and it moves right into the video itself. Again, there's just so many more features that this Avid Studio has compared to iMovie. Again, not that iMovie is bad. iMovie is really great. It offers you some simple stuff, simple editing, some transitions, some nice fonts and such, but this offers a lot more. You can do the picture-in-picture. You have 3 tracks of audio you can add. You have access to all your photos, all your videos and such. It really is a nice program, and I really hope that Apple kind of steps up the game with iMovie too. But again, you just never know because, again, Apple likes to keep things simple. They want to use it for the average user, and the average user will find iMovie a lot easier to use. So, okay, I've got my video all done. We can go up here. You have all sorts of different choices. You can put it in your photo, your video file, you can email it, Facebook, you can YouTube, and it also has a choice to Avid Studio for your PC. We're just going to save this. It offers you a selection. You can do it small, medium, HD. Of course, I want it in HD. Is preparing the media. Another thing I should point out is it would be really nice. I mean, I shoot a lot of my video on my iPhone 4S because it has the nice HD. It has really crisp. The iPad 2 does have HD, but it's not as nice as the iPhone 4S. So I have to take that, transfer it into iTunes, and then transfer it back to my iPad. Hopefully with the new iPad, it's going to have improved camera in it, the back and the front. I'll be able to take more video using my iPad 2, and that way the quality will be a lot better and can simply edit on the fly. I don't have to go back to the computer, transfer it over from the phone, and then on to my iPad. So now that this is done, it's been created, we can click out. Okay, so we've saved the video to our photos section. We'll go into photos, into the camera roll, scroll down to the bottom, and there it is. And let's take a look at what this looks like, all finished. Again, sorry, I didn't choose the best pictures for this demonstration, but this does give you a really good idea of what's capable with the Avid Studio. He's dancing around. He really does love that rock and roll Elmo. Kind of gets annoying after a while, but he loves it. He dances around, uses it. Transition. That was Halloween a couple of years ago. We dressed him up as Darth Vader. This past year, he was Harry Potter, as you saw. And there's the text we added. Fades out. And that's the end. So again, Avid Studio, for the iPad, a really, really powerful and really nice way to edit your videos. Again, no knock on iMovie. It's simply Avid Studio just offers you a little bit more. Actually, I should say a lot more. And it's really easy to use. Again, when I first use it, of course, you're going to have some learning curve there. But once you pick it up, start using it a little bit, I think you'll find it really, really enjoyable to use. I highly, highly recommend you picking it up. And again, at $5, it's a steal. For more iPhone and iPad news, make sure you check out iPad in Canada and iPhoneincanada.ca. This has been Chris with iPad in Canada. Thank you for watching.